Hey y'all, it's Cassandra with Pecan Porch Boutique. I know it's been a while, but look at this cute little cabinet that I found for $50 on Marketplace. I've had it for quite a while, y'all, but I want to do something with it. But I'm gonna be honest, it's been sitting for a while in my dining room on the floor, and I just kind of been overlooking it. But it was in really good shape, but I honestly don't know what it's made of. It doesn't seem to be made of wood. I don't know, kind of almost a hard plastic, but I love the shape on it. It has these curved, flat back with these curved sides and these little cabinets at the top, a drawer, and two cabinets at the bottom. So, I don't know. Let's see what we can do. We're going to start out by cleaning though, because that's always step one.
Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night trying to figure me out.
Well, you guys, this piece has sat on my dining room floor forever now. I can't even remember when I got it, but it's time to get painting. So I'm going to start out with some DIY paint in Salty Kiss, and I am going to mix it up with a little bit of salt wash. And you guys, if you remember, you know I love to layer. So I'm just going to mix my Salty Kiss for my base layer with some salt wash. So let's get going. I'm going to be mixing all of the colors that I use, which is all going to be DIY paints today, with salt wash. And that is going to give me some really good texture because the piece is so flat and I kind of want to build it up with some texture. So, but my main goal right now, y'all, is just to get some paint on this thing. Because I'm telling you, I've been sitting here looking at this piece for months, and that's ridiculous. So my whole goal is to get some paint on it, and I'm starting off with Salty Kiss.
It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
For layer number 2, we are using DIY's Fire Starter. It's a really vibrant orange color. And so I'm going in, I'm not doing full coverage though. I'm just kind of getting it on top of the Salty Kiss, but not really covering up the Salty Kiss completely.
Make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
All right, y'all, let's keep laying down those layers. Layer number 3, we are going to be using DIY's Liquid Sunshine. All right, take a look, y'all. This is the hot mess chick. I know y'all probably saying, girl, no ma'am. But hold on, y'all, just give it a chance. I know sometimes I scare myself, but just give it a chance. We're gonna hang in there and we're gonna see what we get.
I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing. It's making me
Okay, y'all, last stop in the line of layering. We are bringing up the rear with DIY's Blue Iris. And you can see it's even still kind of wet. That's the last layer on the paint. And also, I didn't use salt wash with this layer because I felt like I had built up enough texture. So this is where we are on layering. So take a look. And now I'm going to pull out my carbide scraper, and the whole goal here is to scrape down some of that texture, yes, that we just built up, so that we can pull back some of those colors underneath. And I realized as soon as I put that scraper on this piece of furniture that the darn blade was dull. But we're going to do the best we can. So I'm going to go in different directions so that I don't, so that I don't get too much streaking. But we're going to push some of that blue away and pull back some of all that really pretty color vibrancy that we put in. So take a look. This is where we are.
Yeah, I'm falling in
Now I'm going to use DIY's Black Velvet, and the goal here is to kind of do a semi-dry brushing, but I'm going to trim out around all of the drawers, around all of the cabinets, just to ground the piece a little. Did y'all ever watch HGTV with Christopher Lowell? Remember, he would always say, when you want to ground a piece and just pull it together, or a room, you add black. So that's what I'm doing here.
There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
Now I'd like to add a little bit of dimension to it. So the best way that you can add dimension to a flat piece is to add molds. So I'm going to be using IOD's Felicity mold. I think this came out last spring, I believe. But it is also a very deep mold. So I will be adding kind of extra dimension, almost 3D dimension with this mold. So I'm just using some IOD air dry clay. I've added some baking powder to my mold because the clay is really kind of moist and I want it to release really well. And then once I get the molds out, I'm going to go ahead and start painting them. I am going to be using Black Velvet to paint the molds, and I'm using two types of brushes because, again, that mold is really deep, and so I want to get in with the little bitty brush, and I want to kind of get a lot of paint on with the bigger brush. So that's what I'm doing here, and my goal is to eradicate all the white from the clay. Next up on the mold train is the grapes mold. Now this is an old mold, y'all. I mean, this mold has been around a while, but I kind of know where I'm going now. So that's why I'm using the grapes mold. And so I'm doing the same thing here. I'm just using that little bundle on the end with the air dry clay. Same process, same everything. Another hot mess check. All the molds are on now. I actually went over the grapes mold with DIY's Cherry Picked and all the rest of the molds in Black Velvet. So this is our hot mess check, and this is where we are, y'all. I don't know. I'm starting to believe. I am starting to believe, I think. Okay, y'all, we're getting there. I am halfway through this project before I really realize which way I'm gonna go with it. I always admire those people who can start a project and know exactly what they're gonna do. It doesn't work like that for me. I just get started and then hoping that somewhere along the line it comes to me. So I think it's come to me now. So I'm going to be using, aside from the molds that I've already used, I am going to be using this inlay, or a couple of sheets from this inlay. This is IOD's Portofino, did I say that right? Portofino inlay. And it came out, I think it was part of the spring release, this year's spring release. So I'm going to be using a couple of sheets from this inlay here. Actually, I'm going to be using two. I'm going to be using this one and that one on each of the round sides of this piece. And then I'm going to be using some from the Cheers transfer. And this transfer has been around a while, but it wasn't very popular, at least for me. And I've never used it, but like I said, things come to me late. So I envision this piece maybe to be like a bar, a little mini bar or something like that, or maybe even a kitchen island. So I'm gonna go with the kind of bar type theme of using the Cheers, and I've already used some grapes. I've got some roses mold, so you know, wine, grapes, roses. Anyway, let's get going, y'all. We'll see how this comes out, okay? Starting with the Portofino inlay on the curved sides. One of the things I really like about the inlays is that they conform to any shape. So kind of unlike decoupage paper, I don't even have to cut the sheets. The carrier sheets are flexible enough that I can kind of curve around this this surface here. So that is one good thing. And I'm using DIY's liquid patina to lay down my inlay. And you just want to make sure that you lay the inlay down with the gridded side facing you, and the actual print facing, you know, that's what you're going to lay down into either your paint or your top coat, whatever you're using. So, and I know I'm on the wrong side of the camera, y'all. All y'all can see is my elbow and my darn arm. But anyway, I'm just laying this down and getting a good amount and just laying it down on my piece, pressing down with my hand right now, but in a minute I'm going to grab a couple of baby wipes, and that's what I'm going to use to wet the surface and press it in. And these carrier sheets, they're really strong, so I'm actually putting some pressure on it. So I'm just going to go through this process, get these laid down, and we are going to move on from there.
It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. Eyes blue like the ocean. I can see you want this too. 'Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out.
Once you wet them, the back of them, and get them pressed down, they will become more translucent and you can see through them. And you just want to leave them there until they're kind of dry to the touch.
It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
Okay, it's time for the reveal. Now I know that the colors that I chose on this piece, and by using this inlay that kind of has those same colors too, it's not going to be very pronounced on the piece, but that's okay. I really kind of want it to kind of fade into the background. So let's see what we get when we pull this off. Now, another thing is I did use DIY's liquid patina because since I already had my background set, I didn't want to paint over that. So you can lay your inlays into the liquid patina as well. And once I do that though, I don't want to let it sit too long because it is the liquid patina, or you can use any water-based top coat, but they are for setting things in place, so they do get hard quicker And so you don't want to leave your inlay in as long as you would if you were using paint. All right, so I don't know, y'all. Let's see what we get. The peeling back of these inlays is so satisfying. This is the best part. Look at this, y'all. I'm loving it. I am loving it.
Things moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset.
Now this particular sheet that I used had the lemons, but it also had these little blue shells on it as well. Well, those didn't come out because they kind of got hidden in the blue iris, but that's okay because I really just wanted the lemons anyway, so it all worked out. Again, look at this, y'all. I'm liking it.
It's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you.
These are the two transfers that I got from the Cheers transfer. They were the biggest, kind of, well, maybe not the biggest, but these were the two larger ones that I chose. And I'm going to put these one on each of the flat doors. And again, they're kind of going to be a little bit muted because of the colors, but that's okay. You know, you got to have a little mystery in each of your pieces, don't you? So that's going to be the mystery. You know there's something there, but you're not quite sure what it is.
It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling.
And bam, it's time, y'all. Y'all know we're pulling it in for the home stretch when we bring out that gold, because y'all know I love me some gold. So I'm going to be adding gold to the black roses and to the little handles that came with the piece. I'm going to keep those little handles. They're simple and they go with the piece. So I'm just going to add a little bit of gold to those as well. And we're almost there, y'all. We are almost there. But I want to give a shout out to someone that I don't know. But when I bought this piece, I found 3 papers in it. And it is from a little girl named Ashley Lawless. Now, she was little in 2010 anyway. So I found a paper from her school, that's some homework that she got 100 on. And I also found a letter from the Tooth Fairy to Ashley. And I also found a letter that Ashley wrote to Santa. So Ashley Lawless, if you're out there, I love your piece of furniture and I so enjoyed reading those letters. All right, y'all, let's take a look. This is where we started and this is where we are now. What do y'all think? I am really in love with this piece. I didn't think I was gonna be, but I am truly liking where this has gone to. All of these vibrant colors, all of the moles that give it some dimension and definition. I think this piece has come a long way. I really do. And I hope you guys like it too. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I appreciate you. And here's a copy of the letters from Ashley Lawless. If anyone knows her, tell her thank you. Until next time, y'all, don't forget to bud, bloom, and be unique. Bye-bye for now.